Good morning, students. So welcome back. So last time we have seen some of the characteristics of living things, right? For example, do they need food? And the next characteristic, do they show growth? Now today we are going to study, do all living things respire? My God, I cannot live without taking air inside. When I close my nose and mouth, I was just being suffocated. What it suggests? Yes, we need air for living. That means we respire. So definitely all living things, they respire. When we inhale, we take the air outside in our body. And when we exhale, we give out the air to the environment. This is called breathing. And this is a part of the process called respiration. So there is difference in breathing and respiration, keep this in mind. Breathing means just inhalation of air containing oxygen and exhalation of air which contains the carbon dioxide and water vapor from our body to the environment. That is called breathing. In breathing, only few organs are involved. For example, your nose, your lungs. Okay? So very few organs are involved in windpipe. So very few organs are involved in breathing. While in respiration, the whole body is involved. Each and every cell of your body is involved in respiration. So breathing is a part of respiration. So when we take this air, so oxygen from it is absorbed by the lungs and it is supplied to each and every part of our body, where it is utilized to break down the food to produce energy. And hence respiration is most important, because due to the respiration only we get our energy. So hence all living things definitely they respire. The mechanism of exchange of gases changes from organisms from organism. It may be different in various organisms. For example, we have seen in fish, what is there? Yes, they have gills. Fish have gills. They use the dissolved oxygen from water. Am I right? Yes. So they have gills for exchange of gases. Earthworm, exchange of gases takes place through its skin. So different mechanism. Now when I come to the plants, do plants respire? Yes, definitely they respire. So how do they respire? How do they breathe actually? So exchange of gases in plants takes place through their leaves. Leaves have got tiny pores. So they take in oxygen through that tiny pores and they give out carbon dioxide and water vapor through that tiny pores. But we have studied also that plants, they utilize the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere in presence of sunlight to produce their own food. What that process is called? Oh yes, exactly. That process is called as photosynthesis. Yes, you are definitely right. It is called as photosynthesis. So at that time they utilize carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. Dear friends, keep this in mind. Photosynthesis is carried out during daytime only. That is in presence of sunlight. During night, photosynthesis is not carried out. So, what it means? Plants, they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen during photosynthesis. But breathing process, that is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, it goes throughout the day and night. Definitely, for living, they need oxygen and they will give out carbon dioxide. But keep this in mind. The amount of oxygen they utilize for in themselves is very small as compared to the oxygen they give out to the environment after photosynthesis. So this is about respiration. So do all living things respire? Yes, definitely they undergo respiration, and it is essential for production of energy, and which is utilized by our body for various purposes. Do you get it? Then next, do all living things respond to stimuli? You are sitting at home, you are doing the studies, and suddenly and someone comes and sits on your leg and bites. What do? You keep on saying, who is there? Your hand suddenly goes there and you hit it. What happened? Have you seen that mosquito? I know what I am talking about. I am talking about mosquito. Yes. Do we keep on saying? No. In some cases, if we are busy now, just instructions goes to our hand. Hey, come on, go and kill that mosquito. And our hand suddenly goes there and hits it. In some cases, the mosquito escapes. Or in some cases, we are so exact, mosquito dies. Right? Now, this is what? This is responding to the stimuli. Change in the surrounding, and we respond accordingly. Suppose you are walking barefooted and there is a thorn and you put your foot on that thorn. Ah, my God. This is our reaction, right? Respond to stimuli. What happened, Yesterday I have got tamarind and it was so nice now. My God. The taste. Wow. क्या हो गया? मुंह में पानी आ गया. मुंह में पानी आ गया, right? Yes. Respond to stimuli. Change in the surrounding. I just talked about tamarind and your mouth started watering, right? So this is the thing, but again, respond to the stimuli. Your mother cooks in the kitchen. She is cooking certain pav bhaji. She is suppose making pav bhaji. And you are sitting in your study room and smell comes. Wow, mom. बहुत अच्छा स्मेल आ रहा है. मुझे अभी भूख लगी है. What is that? Respond to stimuli. So definitely we respond to the stimuli. Similarly, other animals do respond. Plants also do respond. So as per the changes in the surrounding, as it makes respond to it, that is called as stimuli. Let's talk about other animals. You may be having a dog or a cat at your home. See, if you bring a biscuits in front of him, what happens? Suppose there is a dog. It will start wagging its tail. When he sees that biscuits, he likes that. And when you give him, he is so happy, my goodness. Right? So, that is respond to the stimuli. But suppose if you don't give him and if you beat him, he gets angry. He starts roaring. Right? And he may bite you also. Right? So, that what happens. Okay? So, that is again, when he sees the danger, he gets in attacking mood. That is respond to the stimuli. Let's come to the plant. You might have seen various animals, how they respond. Okay? You can think of it. Now let us come to the plants. Do plants respond? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Some flowers, they bloom at night. Some flowers, they close in the evening after the sunset. What is this? Respond to the stimuli. Or, you know peach plant? Yes. See the flower of that. If any insect sits on it, once it gets that, comes to know that there is an insect, it traps that insect. Respond to the stimuli. You know touch me not plant? Mimosa plant. What happens if you touch its leaves? It is shy now. It closes its leaves. And after some time again opens it. That is what? Response to the stimuli. Okay? Similarly, there is one activity. What you do? Take one potted plant which is outside. Bring it in the room. And keep away from the window. From that window sunlight should come. Keep watering that plant daily and see what happens. You will find that after some days, that plant will start growing towards the window instead of going upright like other plants. Why? Because sunlight comes from the window, and so that plant needs that sunlight now. So that stem will start growing towards the sunlight. What is this? Respond to the stimuli. So plants do respond to the stimuli. Okay, then next point is living organisms and excretion. Now see, we take in food, but not all the food is utilized. Some part of that food is unutilized. So that has to be thrown out. That we call it as wastes. So definitely that part is thrown out of the body. Okay, this process is called as excretion. Getting rid of the waste, that process is called as excretion. So animals do excrete. Okay, they throw out their waste products which are produced in this body. Okay, and then question comes, do plants they excrete? Yes, they show this process of excretion. But the mechanism may be slightly different from that of the animals. In plants, some of the plants, the poisonous or the waste products which are produced, they store in them itself at different places in such a way that they do not cause any harm. But some of the plants, they secrete them out. So it depends, okay, depending upon the plants. So definitely plants also excrete. So see, all the characteristics, these all characteristics are shown by living organisms. Then next, do all living things reproduce their own kind? You might have seen the nests of the birds, and you might have seen the young ones. For example, of pigeons, okay, or small chimneys, okay. So there you might have seen that the young ones, they come out of the eggs. So the question is, do all living things they reproduce? Yes, they reproduce. Now, why they reproduce? So that they reproduce themselves so that their type of organisms can exist forever. Now, definitely, the mode of reproduction changes from organisms to organisms. Some of the animals, they reproduce themselves by laying eggs. Some of them, they reproduce themselves by directly giving birth to their young ones. So it changes. Okay. Same way, in plants also, the mode of reproduction changes from plant to plant. Many of the plants, they reproduce themselves from seeds. So they produce seeds, and these seeds, when they get favorable conditions, under favorable conditions, they germinate to form a new plant. But some plants, they can produce through different parts of their bodies. For example, if there is a bud on the potato, cut that part and bury that in soil. It will germinate. Do you get it? Or some stems of the plants. For example, rose and mehendi. If you cut them and if you put them in the soil, they will reproduce. They will grow into a new plant. So this is again reproduction. Okay. So in some cases, or some plants, they reproduce by various ways. The mode of reproduction changes. Okay. Now, here there is one more activity. What you do? You want to see. Take a bigger stem of rose or mehendi, cut it properly and put it in the soil and water it daily. See whether it grows. If in some cases, you may not be successful also, okay, if it does not get proper conditions. So at that time, take the help of your gardener. Ask him what has to be done and see whether it reproduces, whether it grows. Now, why reproduction is done? As I have said, reproduction is done so that that type of organism can exist for thousands of years, even if that individual organism does not live. Okay? Now, next. Do all living things move? Now, we have seen all animals, definitely they show movement from one place to another. There are various types of other movements also. Then come to the plants. Now we have seen that plants, they anchor themselves at a particular place with the help of the roots. So that means they don't move. But movement is shown by plant. For example, now only we have talked now, keep that potted plant away from the sunlight and there should be a window from where sunlight comes. So what happens? That shoot or the stem grows towards the sunlight. What is that? Movement. It is a type of movement. Then plants, they absorb the minerals and nutrients from the soil with the help of the roots and that is supplied to various parts. So without movement it has gone to the top of the stem. So there is movement. Even food, when it produces food, it is stored in various parts of the plants. Movement. Without movement it is not possible. Right? Then various responses to stimuli. Flowers, they open at night. Movement. Flowers, they shut or they close themselves after sunset. Movement. So plants do show movement. Yes, no doubt. They are limited as compared to that of the animals. Okay, but keep this in mind that all these animals or plants, these all living things, they show all types of characteristics that we have studied. They grow, they respire, they reproduce, and after some days, they die. Then that is the question, why they reproduce? So they die, so for that their type should exist for thousands of years, they reproduce. Now it is possible that a particular individual organism may not reproduce, but others of the same type may reproduce so that the type of that organism, it exists for thousands of years. Do you get it? And hence reproduction is most important. Now, keep this in mind. Movement, non-living things. Do they show movement? Yes, some of them they show movement. For example, cars, trucks, all the vehicles, they show movement. Your clouds, they show movement. A piece of paper, it shows movement. Moon, it moves. So non-living things also show some characteristics of living things. But not all the characteristics are shown by non-living things. But living things, they show all these characteristics. But then too, in some cases, living things also may not surely show all these characteristics. Confused? I'll explain. For example, suppose you have got a seeds of moon. You know seeds of moon? Yes. They are kept in for so many months in the shop. Do they show growth? Will they grow? No. They will remain as it is. Will they increase, will they reproduce? No. So these characteristics are not seen. Now you bring them at home, take some few seeds, put it in the soil and water them regularly. What happens? They germinate. So now they reproduce. Now they show that they are living things. But till they were in that shop, lying for months together, was there any characteristics shown? Not at all. Reproduction, excretion, all these characteristics were shown by them? No. Then the question comes, what then is life? Right? Do one more thing. Put your hand in the sack which contains wheat. You will feel warm there in that sack. Now why this is so? This is because the seeds of wheat, they undergo respiration. And so when they give out air, they give out heat also. And because of that it is hot there. What it suggests? Respiration is shown by the seeds also. That means they show certain characteristics. So definitely to understand what is life is very difficult. But seeing the diversity around us of all the organisms, we just should say life is very beautiful. Let's enjoy that. With that note, dear children, this topic is completed here. If you have got any doubt, definitely you contact me and discuss with me. Questions of this, I'll put it on WhatsApp group. Okay? So now let's meet in the next video for discussing the textual exercises and additional questions. So till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.